Yes.
it's funny. We're talking about that. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, we did get to see each other here recently, right? And not for the best reason, but I was I was so I just felt something like after all of us got to see each other this
Yep.
last time. Um, and it was so funny uh, because for the first time ever, some of y'all asked me what happened to me in high school.
Hmm.
Like, where did you disappear to? And I thought it was interesting that nobody knew where I was.
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
it was funny that nobody knew where I was. And it was really shocking to y'all to find out that the high school counselor hid me away. And, they
Yeah.
were, and they were like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I was, you know, 17 because I turned 18 in December. I was 17 and pregnant. And, our counselor at the time was like, you're popular and you're smart and
Yes.
this is bad. This is bad. You're gonna, do you realize people want to be like you? Do you know what you're gonna do? Like I was gonna cause
Oh,
this
no
huge
way.
thing.
Everybody was
You
gonna
know,
get pregnant with
everybody's gonna
pictures of
get pregnant,
Jennifer.
Jennifer. You know, and so yeah, that's exactly how I was treated.
Yep.
And they hid me away like all of my senior year. They once I started to show, you
Yeah.
know, uh they hid me in the home ec room. They're like, here,
No
go over there,
way.
go eat what they're making, type of thing. Go get that
Wow.
over there in the home ec room. They took my work down to me so that I could finish. Obviously I was gonna finish. I wasn't a dumb kid. I was gonna finish high school. We all graduated with I don't know how many like college credits and
Right, right.
but it was that mentality of we need to hide you. You're a problem. And
Oh my
how
God.
does that make somebody feel, at that age? Yeah, it's like, yeah, I know I screwed up. Like this is a constant reminder, so to speak.
Right.
You talk about missteps, right?
Yes.
And people could look at that as a misstep, but for me, that wasn't my misstep.
Mm.
Me being pregnant at 17, that wasn't my misstep in life. That was probably the best thing that could have happened to me in
Wow.
my life. You
Yes.
know, there's things that make you grow up as a person,
Yeah.
in everything, mentally, physically. There are things that happen in your life that make you realize there's more out there, whether it's going to be for you or it's going to be for the person that you're about to raise. You know,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
so yeah, like I said, I brought up your misstep question.
Yes.
um, Again, like I could look at that like a misstep, but there's
Right.
no way I would ever do that because it was the best thing that happened to me in
Yes.
my life. Even though everybody at all the school people it was said it was horrible. Um, I still didn't ever let that stop me. I felt like that was a kind of also like one of those like, oh, you belong at the front desk punch.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It was one of those punches like, you're gonna go to crap now. That's you're not gonna make anything of yourself. You're 17
Yep.
and pregnant. What are you can't do anything. It's that it's unfortunate, but that is still out there.
Yes.
The idea of you screwed up your life, period.
Yes. Yes.
And that's hard for any kid to swallow when it comes to that stuff.
Well, it's here's the thing. Like I gotta say this. We went to middle school together, we went to high school together, and we had some amazing educators, adults in our life that helped us.
Mhm.
But there was a lot more mediocre educators and adults in our life and horrible ones like yours. I mean, how smart is it to isolate a young lady who's going through a major life experience? Like that ain't cool. Like we got to do better, right? If you're out there in education, or you're L&M family. If you want your kids to be educators, counselors, whatever, do it. Support them. Help that happen. But make sure they're good people and they want to help people, not maintain optics. I mean, like, come on, I believe me, I didn't want to get pregnant. I didn't want to get nobody pregnant. I don't care how popular you were. Like, that was just not a thing, and that's just irresponsible for them to like that. And it probably still happens. It probably happens on the regular. And to your point, those things that violate the social norm or social expectation aren't the end of the road for everybody,
Mhm.
right? There are some people like you who have the tenacity and the endurance to continue forward, regardless of the conditions and circumstances.
Right.
Granted, there are some people that they ain't got that. They're soft. They can't, like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Everybody's got to come help them. But you
Right.
weren't one of those. And I know that there's a lot of young men and women out there that got what it takes, the ganas, to persevere, right?
Mhm.
Like, straight up. And so for the educators that have this confined, short-sighted thinking, like, get another job because you're ruining lives. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. What do you think?
Right. No, no, I agree completely. I Like I said, it was difficult, and just like you said, I was completely isolated. Nobody knew where I was.
Hmm.
It was like everybody, like and me thinking back then, well, like, well, everybody, I guess everybody just kind of forgot about me.
Yeah.
That was exactly how I thought. And yeah, it's an extremely horrible feeling to think that, all these people that you've known your almost your whole life, just like up and forgot about you. So
Yes.
it was interesting for us to be at dinner the other night, or whatever, and listening to you guys, ask, like, well, what happened, where were you? I was like, oh, I was in the home ec room like the whole time.
That's
While
crazy.
you guys were, doing your living your best high school life, Jennifer was in the home ec room by herself.
Jeez, that's hard. Now I feel so guilty.
No,
Son of a.
no, and it's not about that at all. But that was the reality of how those things, and again, I would hope that's not how it is anymore. I mean, not that teenage pregnancy is normal now, but
Right.
um I would hope that they handle things better in high school now than what they did back then.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, what was that, 90? That would have been 94, 95.
Right.
you
Right.
know I would hope that they have a better understanding for, for me, it would have been, I think it kind of would have been nice for me to just have a little bit of normalcy,
Yeah.
up until my whole world was going to come,
Right.
not undone, but just change completely. It would
Yeah.
have been nice to have some normalcy before the real adulthood kicked in, you know.
Yes.
But that, yeah, I mean, yes, it was taken away, but again, I just, okay, well, I just got to make the best of this whole situation.
Yeah.
um, but it was good. It was, either way. I did, you. I felt it that night, like how much I guess I missed y'all. Um,
Mm,
you know,
yeah.
it was nice, and I really hope we get to do stuff like that again, um,
Yes.
pretty soon. But yeah, I realized that night, like, how much I missed my friends.